Your body runs on a specific blend of protein, fat, and carbohydrates. If your blend is wrong, your energy will always be wrong. Let me show you what this actually means in real life. Because when you understand how your inner fire works, you can finally match your meals to the way your body is wired. Fuel mix is not referring to your metabolism speed, and it's not used for weight loss. Fuel mix is really your body's preferred ratio or preference for proteins, healthy fats, and carbohydrates. Some people have a preferred ratio of more proteins and fats compared with carbohydrates, and some people need more carbohydrates than they need proteins and fats. Your body is wired to burn certain fuels more efficiently than others. But when your ratio is wrong, it leaves you feeling fatigued, having energy crashes, having cravings, and sometimes having digestive troubles. I like to describe fuel type as a campfire or as a fire. Everybody has their own unique fire type. Campfire is one of those, and candles are another one. Now, this is actually a spectrum, not unique categories. You're not typically one or the other. You're usually somewhere in the middle. But which way you tend to fall is our goal. By identifying your primary fuel type, fire type, we can find the ratio of dense proteins and fats versus fast burning fuels that are going to feed your fire the best. So campfires, just like your campfire when you go out in the woods, they need dense fuels. They need logs in order to sustain a heat generated campfire, one that's going to produce lots of light and lots of warmth. And in your body, if your body needs a campfire, what that really means is that you need very dense fuels. I like to call them logs, but these are things like high purine proteins and lots of healthy fats. Now, logs burn steady in a campfire, just like they burn steady in your body, producing energy for hours. If, however, you put paper on your campfire, things like simple carbohydrates, potatoes, pasta, bread, those kinds of things, they're going to burn up almost instantly in your body, and you're going to find that your energy crashes very soon after you've eaten. High purines are going to be the best types of protein to add into a campfire fire type. So these are our log types of proteins. These are things like beef, lamb, organ meats, other ruminant animals, those kinds of things. In addition, campfires tend to need more protein and fats in ratio than they need carbohydrates. People who have candles as their fire type, however, have a small flame in there. And again, this is not metabolism. This is just how your body utilizes the energy you provide it. People with a candle have a small flame, but they still need protein and fat. They just probably need a lower ratio of protein and fat to carbohydrates than campfires do. In addition, if you put logs or high purine, high dense proteins and fats onto a candle or in a fire system that uses lighter fuels, you're going to feel overly full, tired, sluggish. You're not going to get the energy you need even though you just ate. It's best instead to put in paper or low purine proteins. These are things like chicken, fish, eggs, that kind of stuff. Paper burns at the right pace in your body. It's going to provide you candles with steady but gentle energy, whereas the logs, the highly dense proteins, are going to feel like they're not accomplishing anything. They're going to smother your candle fire. So the takeaway I want you to get here is everybody's going to need all three macronutrients, but the ratio actually determines whether you get 4 to 6 hours of stable energy or you get 90 minutes and then you're tired, exhausted, and raiding the snack cupboard. Our job is to find out what ratio of logs versus paper you need for your unique fire. So again, proteins and fats, campfires need higher protein and higher fats. Candles need moderate protein and fat. When you're adding carbohydrates for both candles and campfires, it's better to go with complex carbohydrates because they result in more stable blood sugar. These are things like vegetables, squash, legumes, whole fruits, and to stay away from large quantities of simple carbohydrates. Potatoes, rice, bread, pasta, crackers, sugars, those kinds of things that we reach for when we've had that energy crash and we're desperate to recover. When we're looking at our plates and we're trying to find our unique ratios, we want to use fractions and not measurements. Don't get out your scale, don't start counting calories. What we're looking for are things like half of my plate was chicken and fat, half of it was vegetables, and I had a teaspoon of rice. We're aiming for patterns, not precision. What does the plate look like? And then check in 2 hours later. Is your energy steady or do you have a drop in energy? Are you hungry or are you feeling satiated or are you ravenous? Are you even tempered or are you irritable? How's your digestion? Is your stomach feeling comfortable or do you feel bloated? How's your mind? Are you clear and focused or are your thoughts foggy and it's hard to get anything going? This is one of the best things you can do to check in on whether or not you've reached your specific ratios in your fuel type. 2 hours later, check how you're feeling. Your body's trying to give you clues. If you're tired 1 to 3 hours after you're eating, your fuel mix is mismatched. If you need snacks to survive, mismatch. If you still feel full, but you're exhausted, mismatch. If you feel clear, stable, and steady 2 hours after eating, you're in the right zone. So you can discover your exact fuel mix by joining my Eat Right for Your Body program. In this program, we're going to discover your unique fuel mix. Are you a campfire? Are you a candle? Which way do you need to lean? Learn which proteins, fats, and carbohydrates your specific body prefers. Learn what gives you stable energy versus energy crashes. This is a 10-week guided program that includes, if you choose, labs so that we can more specifically meet your unique needs. It includes 10 weeks of coaching, along with video education as we go along, so you can learn how to identify the messages your body is telling you. And it's very simple to implement. It's designed for busy women. Go to angelwinghealth.com/eat right in order to register. I'm hoping to see you there. I'll put the link down below. Thank you.